Saxon Algebra 1, this is Abby's personal post-final study plan. Here's what I have to say, Abby, about your test. You either understood the problem or you didn't, right? I'm sure you know where you had your struggles and what you did well. So it was either super strong or I can tell you just were super confused. There were a couple of points you lost on the problems where you were more successful. I think there was one where you struggled with a minus sign. I'm just flipping through your pages, just looking to see. There were no really strong patterns. You lost. And by the way, I'm talking about your test as well as your review problems. There were a couple small problems with minus signs. There was one time, I think, where you forgot to show your work. Oh, that was on the problem where you were graphing the inequality and you drew the line and then you decided it should be shaded this way, which was correct, but you didn't show me any work on how you came up with that. So that's my observation, is either you knew it or you didn't. Whoops. Which is, some people might say, annoyingly obvious, but that's the good news, is that, okay, so you're grasping things, we just have to go back and make sure that we fill in those gaps on some of the lessons that didn't sink in. So this is what I'm gonna ask you to do. I want you to rewatch the videos for all the lessons where you scored less than 4. And here, and I'll give you a list in just a second. Here's my thinking. If you get 5 out of 5, that's 100%. If you get 4 out of 5, that's 80%. That's our benchmark, right? That's our, we want to keep all of our scores 80% or above. Well, I want you to. I don't know how you feel about it. You might not care, but I bet you do it. I bet you do, Abby. So that's why if you scored less than 4, we're going to go back and rework those problems so that you get a score that reflects a passing. I mean, it's not passing, but you know what I'm saying. We want to get you up above that 80% benchmark. So, and again, I'm combining your review problems and your test problems. And these are the lessons that are in question. The first one is lesson 114. Then it goes to 110, 109, whoops, 109. And I want to come back and talk about that in just a minute. And then 108, 106, and 104. Again, I'm sure you can guess which problems these are because they're the ones you just really struggled with. Problem 7, it was problem 7 on the test. It's lesson 109. This is advanced trinomial factoring. This is just about that, okay? And this was a problem where we had, I'm going to make this up. Let's say something like 2x squared minus 5x plus 7. There was no equal 0. And you were told to factor this. That was the instruction. I copied it out of the book exactly the way it was. And what you did, cleverly, is that you used the man-eating dragon to solve it for x equals. The problem is that it didn't tell you to solve it using the problem didn't say solve using the quadratic formula. It said factor. So all you were supposed to do was break it down into this, but of course it was the thing first where you have to make it into 4 terms and then do the factor by grouping thing. And that's all explained this is one of the topics that John teaches very differently than I do. He has a bunch of guesswork. I give you the technique in 109. So that's where you want to go back, and that one in particular, watch carefully, because I guess you just forgot about doing it that way. That's okay. I understand. Things happen in tests. So this is the list of lessons that I want you to rewatch. But here's something important. As you watch, I want you to have paper and pencil or whatever you choose to write with. I want you to work all the problems with me. I'm not asking you to do additional problems above the videos. You can if you want. But what I'm asking you to do very specifically is, as you're watching me, have your pencil and your paper and copy it all down just as I'm doing it. If you need to pause me, pause me. If you need to rewind me, rewind me. But it's really hard to learn by just listening to somebody talk. That's why in class, we have you guys up at the board working. That's what I dislike about distance learning. It really doesn't work to just sit and listen to somebody else talk. You have to be engaged in it. And the best I can do for that right now is have you do that. Work the problems with me. Don't just sit and watch. I mean, maybe you're already doing that, but this to me is the secret of success. If you will work the problems with me and watch through those lessons, then you will be ready to retake the problems. Again, you don't have to retake the whole test, only the problems where you got less than a 4. And I'd like to do that next Tuesday. I'll be in touch with you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you this video. I'm gonna ask you to watch it tonight, which is Thursday, or Friday. And then I'm gonna propose that we retake the test on Tuesday. That gives you the weekend and all of Monday to watch these videos. And then again, if you want to do more problems, you can. I'm not specifically asking you to do that. But these are the lessons that will help you. Okay, I will be in touch with you via email. Thanks, Abby.